Perfect. Hey everyone, Zach Herold here with Archery Maniacs, and today we are going to review the Vortex Razor HD Ultra High Definition 85mm 60 times zoom spotting scope. First off, obviously, Vortex has one of the best warranties in the market. This is the first angled spotter that I have, so I'm not going to say anything about the angle spotter itself. I've always used straight spotting scopes, so for me, I'm just more used to a straight spotting scope. However, I did notice when you utilize an angled spotter, you can look in it this way, all the way around to here without moving your position at all, where a straight spotter, I would have to lean this way, then I have to look this way, and then I have to lean this way and get back behind the scope. With the angled spotter, you don't have to do that. So I did like that about an angled spotter, but I just had so much more trouble finding what the hell I was looking at in the spotting scope with the angled spotter. So let's get down to the nitty-gritty of the spotter. So obviously, when you mount it onto the tripod bracket or whatever the heck, you can loosen it so that you can turn the spotter in any direction that you want. That is super, super handy. You can basically customize it to fit you and your position. It has two dials. It has a coarse adjustment dial and a fine adjustment dial. That is my favorite thing by far about this spotting scope, is the coarse adjustment and the fine adjustment. Because especially when you're looking a long ways out there, that fine adjustment is just, it's gold. It really is. That's by far my favorite thing about this spotter. It has an extendable eyepiece. As you can see, has the sun shadow, it's not the sun shadow. Man. Anyways, if you're watching the video, you're seeing what I'm talking about. But if you're on the podcast, it's the end of the spotting scope that extends out to keep glare and sun off the glass. For some reason, I can't remember the name of it right now. But anyways, the eyepiece very simply clips in and out. Here you can see this this little clip here. So it clips in and it clips out. I have heard of people, you can see these 3 screws in here. I have heard of people having issues with those 3 screws coming loose. Granted, it never happened to me, so I don't really know. But that's just what I've heard. So the glass itself, so I went from a Miopta to a Vortex because when I had one issue, the eyepiece got loose on my Miopta. So when I went to go exchange it, they didn't have any Mioptas left, so I exchanged it for this Vortex. The glass or the sharpness or the clearness, whichever way you want to take that, of the Miopta was hands down better than the Vortex. That's just all there is to it. I'm not saying that Vortex is bad. I'm just saying that the quality of glass is nothing like Miopta, Zeiss, Maven, Swarovski, all that kind of stuff. The quality of glass is just simply not there. But I think a lot of people use them because of the warranty. That was a big turn on for me, was because of the warranty. I'm super, super hard on things. So knowing that no matter what happened, it would be warranted is a huge, huge deal to me. Anytime that you spend X amount of dollars on optics. Doesn't matter whether it's 300 or it's 3,000. The 3,000 obviously hurts worse, but when you break it, it's always nice to know that it's going to be replaced or warranty or whatever else. And Vortex does a great job of that. But the glass is it's just not that clear, especially coming from a higher end scope going to a lower end scope. And yeah, other than that, the warranty is just so hard to beat. The only other company that I currently know of that offers that same warranty is Maven, an unconditional lifetime warranty. However, Maven's optics are a lot better. The glass themselves they are right up there with the Swarovskis and the Zeiss and the Mioptas, and they're just amazing glass. They really are. I wouldn't have traded this off and got it, or my Miopta op and got it had they had another Miopta. Also, I do like the fact that they're fairly light. My Miopta was quite a lot heavier than this, so that is really nice. Also, for people that are wondering whether they should get an angled or straight, if you do a lot of backpack hunting, I have noticed that the angled scope is harder to get in your backpack than the straight scope. So there's just kind of a little bit of a tidbit. But other than that, the scope has done, it's done well for me. Like I say, the only thing that I have noticed is that it's just simply not as clear as my Miopta was, especially when it's time to zoom in. Now, I'm not saying that it's not clear at 60 times zoom, okay? Let's be honest, any time you take any scope on the market and you zoom it into 60 times zoom, it's not going to be all that clear. So that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if you take 20 times... Oh, sorry, my wife was calling. If you take 20 times zoom on this scope and put it up against a Maven at 20 times zoom and a Swarovski at 20 times zoom, this scope is not as clear. Same thing, 60 times zoom with this, the Maven and the Swarovski, this is not as clear. It's just simply, the glass just simply isn't as good. But the functionality of the scope, I absolutely love the micro adjust dial. The functionality of the scope, I love being able to adjust it to fit you. Yeah, overall it's a great scope. It's just not the same glass quality as a Maven or a Swarovski or a Zeiss or a Miopta. So other than that, awesome product and super awesome warranty, great company. So there you have it, the Vortex Razor HD.